Hi everybody and welcome to Predictions Game Week 23 Results and Summary. Joined as ever by Atul in studio.
Hello there and welcome to the top predictions. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, there was five people playing Joker cards in Game Week 23. I know the results have gone out on email, but what a top weekend, AJ.
Yeah, for everyone else, but not for myself. But we'll have a look at that later.
Don't you worry. No, we've never had a weekend like it, to be honest. But yeah, that's well, jump in with player performance. What happened?
Well, Zhao.
115 points. Yeah, did really well.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah, 140 points. He's really coming on, and I'll give you a stat about Adam in a minute. But let's continue.
Yeah, yourself.
Yeah, I finally got it going, AJ. I was pretty pleased about that. 240 points. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had Craig, consistent.
Yeah, 100 above me, 340. He's one to look out for, as we know. But Craig didn't hit the top note.
No,
did he?
that was really surprising. 340 would have normally won it, but it was our Nick.
370 points.
Well
Boom! Where did that come from?
Well done.
That was, and you probably know yourself anyway, but that was this season the biggest, highest tally that we've ever had. We're using Joker card or not, the biggest one single game week score. So Nick, well done.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that gets surpassed later on in the year. So let's see.
Yeah, it's by no means demeaning that effort, but the way we're seeing AJ Joker cards being used sometimes, it's phenomenal. I mean, Craig scored 340. He got exactly that score last time as well. So it's really interesting. And as I was going to say about an interesting stat about Adam, I was doing the stats as I usually do, but for the 100 plus points club, he's the most consistent this season. I believe it was something like 12. A lot of people have got 10 and 11, but 12 different occasions he's made that club. So whilst he's not on top, AJ, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, and it also means that a lot of people should have a look at those stats. They're quite interesting.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, absolutely. So there was a hot shot. There was a Super Six as well. But who really stood out on those games?
Well, it's got to be Craig.
Yeah, again, it's how many points did he get?
I think he got 150 points. So
he got the maximum, but he's playing a Joker card, so 300 points in that one game.
Yeah,
Fantastic effort, well done there. As well, we've got we normally try and single out a player, and I think who's this week's going to go to?
It's got to be without a shadow of doubt our Nicholas, isn't it?
Absolutely. He's I don't know about Nick. He seems to have gone away a little bit. He's always making his predictions. Some are a little bit wild card. But his scores seem to have gone away a little bit. He's got, I think it was, over the last 10 weeks, he scored 785 points. But that is inclusive of this massive Game Week 23 score. Well, where do you see him making progress this season, AJ?
I'd see him basically, if he can keep some consistency, pays more attention to the results. And I think he'll be up there. As we've seen, he's moved up the table.
Yeah, considerably, to be honest. It might only be 2 placings, but if you look at the, I think it was something like about 80 points difference between him and bottom, of which Monil has slipped back down. Now, we've had a big Monil watch. He clawed himself out, did really well, didn't he, mate?
Yeah, he did, and it's just it's a slippery slope. Let's just hope he can climb back up again. Anyway.
Yeah, soap on a rope. It really is
Soap
unbelievable.
on a rope, indeed.
Now, highlighted Nick, but it's all about the past the player performance. It's all about the current standings of the league table. Now, don't get too down about your Joker card. You're still leading the way. We all want to emulate you. 2,500 points at this stage of the season. Beautiful. First place. The lead's cut down, though, to 190 points by Craig, who leapfrogs me into second place. 190 points. And what you were saying there about using Joker cards and these big scores, that could go in any 1 week, I guess.
Yeah, it can do, and as you can see, it closes a gap, but it also means it's right important that you play your Joker card at the right time. I got it completely wrong, and as you can see, didn't get a good score.
Well, you never know. I mean, you've been very consistent, mate. I'm never going to down talk your performance because you can't, because you're top. But yeah, for once you had a not so great performance.
But it all makes for an exciting race.
Absolutely,
That's fantastic. So well done, guys.
Well, you got 60 points behind Craig. Is myself. I'm still there. Just slipped a place because he leapfrogged me, as I say. But then we've got a bit of a trend, haven't we? We've got a massive gap opening up.
Massive gap.
What's happening there?
It's about 260 plus points, isn't it?
Yeah, Tom heads that next kind of grouping in the league table, but there's some players in there. I mean, just looking at the league table as we are here, who do you think needs to pick up the pace, mate?
Well, I think Tom, in order to close that gap, is quite important.
Yeah.
Then we look further down the table. You've got a few interesting players. Anton is sixth. I'm quite surprised he hasn't picked up the pace yet. Normally, he's really kicking into another gear. We shall see about that.
Well, he's actually seventh. He's just slipped down one because he was sixth equal. Yeah. But you've also got here. I think it is getting interesting. I think there's Nick's crept up as well. So, but Monel needs to really do something, doesn't
he? Yeah, but if you look at it, he's about 90 odd points adrift in that sense from 10th spot. So there's quite a little bit of a jostle going on at the bottom table.
Jostle there is, yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so it's interesting that at the moment you can see the table split into three, as you correctly pointed out. So
yeah, I think you're right. And also, just like the Premiership, you're looking at the top, but you're looking at the bottom as well, because there are those kind of player battles going on all over the pitch, But anyway, we look forward to game week 24. We look forward to every game week. What do you see coming up?
Well, you got to see the Super 6 game.
Oh yes,
there, isn't it? The North London derby.
Oh yes. We've got my recollection. We've got what have we got? We've got a couple of Spurs fans playing this, Danny and Lee. We've got 3 or 4 of us Gooners as well playing the game, and then your neutrals yourself as well, Portsmouth. But I mean, yeah. How do you call a North London derby? Whether it's at Spurs or at Arsenal, anything can happen. They're both banging form.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it difficult for us pundits, really, at the end of the day. It's a hard one to call. Spurs have been on a good roll. Arsenal have only lost one in quite a few games now, so it bodes well. Could it be a 1-1 draw? Can you score maximum points on a 2-1?
And they're both actually not shifting any goals at the moment. I mean, if you take Christian Eriksen, Harry Kane, and Santi Cazorla and Sanchez out the teams respectively, it'd probably be a boring 0-0. But at the moment, it could be anything on Saturday, couldn't it? And that's the early game, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. It's the early game, but
what we got else coming up?
We've got the cup.
Oh yes, it's almost as exciting as the league main league table itself.
Oh yeah, I mean, shadow of doubt. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, how close it is between top and bottom, and anyone is still in this competition, so bodes well. Let's have a look.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know, I was looking at league tables the other day on the cups, and it is so close, it's just so hard to call.
Yeah, it is hard to call, but it's all to do with consistency in scoring well, and I believe my astute colleague here, Mr. Mark Faust, scored consistently and did well, and well done for winning Manager of the Month.
Finally, AJ got 25 extra points to be awarded at the end of the month. You're the main man. You've got 2 of those awards, but it was all good. I haven't really got a trophy. I've got a pencil, but I'll hold that up. But I need all the points really. I want to keep chipping away at you, sir. But and as I always say, mate, where really can everybody look to score points in this cup? Well, it's a cup. It's a cup week, it's a Super 6 week, but what ones do you really feel are going to stand out, do you think?
I think, well, I can't look beyond the Spurs Arsenal game, to be honest.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
To really get your goal differences and to really get your points on the board, that is quite crucial. I can't stress how crucial it can be for you to actually swing it in a specific direction, and it's all up for grabs, let's be honest about that.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we're kind of quite a way through the season at the moment, but like us, we really hope you've been enjoying it. Hope to continue to enjoy it. And one last piece of advice: if you're not in it, then
you can't win it.
Absolutely not. So stay tuned. Good luck for game week 24, guys.
Good luck, pundits.